can't breathe out of my nose sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the sleep apnea. It's when you're sleeping and you stop breathing, and like most of the time, like it wakes you up or something like that. It's just it's not good. It's not good.
You just stop breathing?
Yeah, kind of like.
I've had that happen a couple times to me, but I think it's been a result of like having a dream.
Having a dream
where I'm like swimming and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go underwater. So I hold my breath in my sleep and I wake up because I start drowning.
No, it's more like it just happens.
Yeah.
Not really like dream or. Oh, I had a dream last night where like I got my head cut off.
Gosh.
Yeah, I was so the other day, yesterday or Friday, one of these, I saw somebody share a post of somebody that I don't know, but
It was the person that you didn't know's post.
No, yeah. So
Okay.
I knew the person that shared it.
Yeah, you just didn't know the one that posted it.
No.
Okay.
But I kind of have some, I guess, mostly because it's like from a previous place that I worked. But she posted this long thing on Facebook about how bullying is bad, and essentially what happened was her daughter, a really young daughter, tried to commit suicide.
Ugh.
And I didn't read the whole thing,
Mhm.
mostly because I saw the pictures. One of the pictures, it's like a half selfie of her and her daughter at the hospital, and her daughter is in the bed, in the gown, and she's like trying to hide her face. Another picture is of her crying, and then like two more pictures of her and her daughter, like, you know, like playing. And I was like, this is fucking disgusting. As someone who has been in that little girl's shoes,
Yeah.
like the first thing you don't
want a camera in your face
it's
and like she's
fucking-
posting it for the world to fucking see.
Yeah. And I was like, this is either fake, but it's not, because that picture, the first thing that came to mind was like, it's fake. But that
Yeah.
picture of the little girl seemed real.
Yeah, yeah.
The second was like, this motherfucker, this bitch does not deserve to be a mother. Because, can you imagine? And well, imagine, I've been in this place.
Yeah.
I've been in that girl's shoes. I've been on that bed.
Mm.
It just pissed me off so much.
That's
I was like,
what do you okay. Let me try to reassess the situation.
okay.
I was gonna just fucking go in for a second, like I'm gonna try not to react on.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Somebody
process it.
shouldn't. Somebody should be
Okay.
like. I know I did, and I'm okay with that. Honestly.
So I mean that's fine because I think it's horrible as well, but I want to think that it was coming from. I didn't read the post, so I don't know what tone it had. I don't know if it was like we need to make sure we're looking out for people who have this issue. Who I don't know if it had that tone, or was it like my daughter did this and blah blah blah. Like I don't know the tone.
Yeah.
But I do think, regardless of what the intention was, it was a fucking stupid and horrible idea to make. Because you said she was looking away from the camera, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you? Why would you post a picture of your daughter just after trying to commit suicide?
And quite literally, probably at the moment, her most vulnerable.
The time where she needs someone the most, and you want to fucking take a photo shoot of her
and fucking post it on the internet for clout. And the biggest thing that showed me that this person was not coming from a good place is that the second picture is of herself crying.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
No, this isn't about her daughter.
Yeah,
it's about her. Oh, my daughter's going through this. You should feel sorry for me because I'm sad and I'm her parent. I'm like, no, fuck you.
And I mean, I know she is like fucked up right now, like because of her daughter did. I'm sure she like loves her daughter.
Yes, I'm sure there is a lot of there's a lot of something going on.
Yeah, it seems like you almost can read between the lines on that one. and just like see like, okay,
it's disgusting.
Why are you showing yourself? If anything, you would just tell the people that you care about, make a private
or at least
post or something.
I would, take it a lot more serious if there weren't any pictures at all.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Or like a picture.
Do
of
the thing
her
where you
daughter.
update someone like, "Hey, I am doing this right now. Just send your thoughts for us. Like, just you know. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. Just
or wait a few months, because if you really feel strong enough that you think posting on Facebook might do something about it.
It won't. That's the thing. Like, what does that do, though?
Nothing. It might get. It depends. Okay, so
that's the point I was talking about, though. Like the tone. If you're like, hey, okay, let's take the pictures out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
If you made a post saying my daughter tried to commit suicide, one, it's fresh. It just happened, so I don't think it's a good idea. But let's say you made that mistake. I think the best option would be to say, let's all figure out how to stop this from happening in the future. Let's listen to those people who feel like they're not being heard. Let's take the steps necessary in order to prevent this.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of tone, I can look over the initial fuck up of making that too quick of a decision to put it online.
Yeah.
But when you add the pictures, when you add her taking a fucking selfie, when you add the fact that her daughter just tried to commit suicide, when you add the fact that she wasn't even trying to look at the camera for it, like she didn't want to take a picture, clearly, it sucks. I
hate it. I hate it. I was like so filled with hatred that day. I don't think it was yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was Friday. Because now I remember. Because like Friday afternoon, I was just like in a shitty mood.
Yeah.
After that, because it's why, why would you do that? And it's like,
and I think another aspect that kind of upsets me, because I'm gonna assume this happened and see if I'm right on this.
Okay.
The comments were just like sending thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, it was nothing but positive stuff that doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, here's a hotline, or it wasn't any active help,
No. And granted that I didn't read many of them for that fact, because it just would make me even angrier. And I was like, no, I just need to back out of here.
Like, I feel like that's what she was just looking for, like those small little comments saying,
I get
we're on your side.
So in a sense of, I guess, playing devil's advocate, like I get wanting validation for what you're going through from people, but this is not how you get it.
Yeah, it's not the way.
It's, especially because you're using your daughter's fucking, I don't even know how to explain it.
Hurt.
Like she's so young.
How old was she?
If I remember correctly, it was like 11 or 12.
11 or 12?
Yes.
Damn, dude,
Yes. And this is like gonna be on her and again, not to like go too much into detail because it's not what we're talking about, but I've been in her shoes.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like afterwards? Like a failure. Because what you just did was your way out, and you failed at it. And you're just sitting there. At least in my case, I was sitting there by myself with nothing but that robe on, and none of these fucking doctors were even doing anything. And it got to a point where I was like, just let me leave. Please, just let me leave.
Yeah.
Imagine what that little girl felt. With her mom. Trying to take advantage of that. That's fucking, that just made me angry. It made me so fucking angry that I was like, no, I gotta put this phone down. And it sounds terrible, but it's not like there's anything I could do about it. What could I do? Call CPS? They're not gonna do shit.
They wouldn't do it. It's because that's not illegal to do. It's not a good thing to do, but that's a judgment call that the CPS can't even begin to make.
They can't even.
Yeah. It's a judgment call that we can't even make.
I mean, the only thing I could do would be like call her out on the internet.
Yeah.
But that would just put her daughter in a shitty situation.
Yeah.
So it's, what do you do when you see someone obviously, like I saw that and again,
I think we can do something. And I think I think it would take a lot of patience and what's the word I'm looking for? Restraint. In order to do this, I feel like you would need to say like, hey, this is something that I'm sure your daughter never wants to go through again. I'm sure she's in a rough situation right now, and I'm sure she needs her privacy in this moment. And I think we all should give her that.
See, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
again, I left that whole thread and conversation because I was getting angry.
This is
So
Facebook?
Yeah, so I don't know if somebody at one point was like, "Hey, this is kind of messed up. Can you please do this?" So I don't know. Maybe someone did that.
I'm sure more than one person was thinking it.
But all that was there was like, "Oh, I'm praying for you." It's nothing. On the other hand, too, though.
So we can say that it's nothing, but I think to some people it can be something because some people there's nothing they can do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just looking through a screen and that's all they can do. And some people, even though we don't, or I can't speak for you, but even though I don't really believe in the power of prayer or anything, but that they do, and I can tell that's the way they show their love and affection. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't fault them for that, but I would fault them for like not critically thinking about the situation at hand. They just read a story, you're like, oh, that's sad. A girl tried to kill herself. Thoughts and prayers. I think there should be more thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
I do know that. I guess, if I were a believer in, or I thought that praying worked, like genuinely thought, I wouldn't just put, thoughts and prayers. I would be like, hey, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but all I can do is pray for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't that. It was not that at all. And that's why it pissed me off.
That's what pissed you off, yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, okay, thoughts and prayers. All right, next thing. So, and there's, and I don't have any evidence to this, but just from an outsider's point of view, like, if her daughter really did that, I think it's a lot more than just bullying. If her mom is using her for internet clout, it just sounds very suspicious.
Again, you're saying there's like red flags. You're saying
yes, from me, from my point of view. Again, I don't know any story, but if I were to see that, like, just run through it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucked up,
Yeah.
But again, that's a whole different conversation.
Well, I mean, we can expound upon that by making it a little bit lighter.
I guess.
So, like, you brought up the whole like looking for clout on the internet. Mm-hmm. I think we just made a topic randomly by you just bringing up a story because I kind of got interested in this. So
okay.
Internet clout.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is it? Like,
I don't know.
Like,
it's okay. I have an answer to that. As soon as I said I don't know, it's everyone's 5 minutes of fame without having to be a movie star. Because everybody wants to go viral.
Everyone wants to go viral and be famous or be known for something. Yeah.
And because of the internet, it's possible. But a lot of people are doing it in the most shittiest way. Oh, okay. So bring it back to similar. Somebody posted on what was it? r/Noah Get the Boat.
Mm-hmm.
A girl.
Noah got the boat. What is that?
Get the boat, as in like.
I love threads on Reddit. The names of them.
Yeah. r/Noah Get the Boat.
Noah Get the Boat.
A girl around like 12 or 13. Doing like one of those TikTok dances in the hospital with her grandpa and grandma in the back, and her grandpa's like dying. And it's like,
what the fuck?
Are you fucking serious?
What the fuck? Well, okay. Was her grandfather in on it? Was he kind of like trying to like?
No, and granted, again, I see these kind of things and it pisses me off, and a lot of times I'm like, okay, I'll either come back to it.
Yeah, like try to reassess it.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten to the point where I'll go back to it yet. As of this recording.
One step at a time.
Yeah. So, as of this recording.
You're just like, fuck this video. Scroll.
I mean.
I'm just messing.
Anyway. No, Like literally, you could just see in the background in
Yeah.
the corner, her grandma was just like, "What the fuck?" Like you could see it on her face.
Yeah, I think I know the video you're talking about
Yeah.
actually. Because I think it actually did get a lot of like flack on it.
Okay, good. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
I think I know the exact one you're thinking about or you're talking about.
And granted, okay, so I will throw this out before we keep moving.
Mhm.
That's a kid. That is a kid. Understandable mistake,
Yep.
although fucked up. There's a difference
yes.
between a child doing it and an adult. So throwing that out there.
Yeah. One thing that mostly adults do that pisses me off online, and it's mostly like I wouldn't call it the YouTuber mistake
Mhm.
or like influencer mistake. I hate videos where people give food to the homeless.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No, I've had huge arguments about this before. I
It's
don't think we've had this
so
argument though before.
The like cloying and just look at me. I'm a good person. If you want to do something great for people, that's fine. Give
Mhm.
food to the homeless.
I-
Go out, work in your community, help people out. Extend that olive branch. Why do you have to keep filming these?
Yes.
And then they put this music over it sometimes where it's just like this. Sometimes they'll even like film the homeless person by themselves somewhere, like almost like kind of like they're spying on them. So the homeless person doesn't know they're there. They're just kind of doing their own thing. And they'll have this sad music and like it's in black and white.
Mhm.
And then when the guy walks up, a guy or girl walks up, they give them this money or food, and they see the reaction from the homeless person, and then the music kicks in and it's like all happy and stuff, and you see like the weird selfie cam like angle, like selfie angle from like the person filming the video, like smiling at the camera, like
Yeah.
I hope you like it, man. And it just feels so fake.
It is. It's disgusting.
It's just
Again, using somebody's lowest moment
yeah
to make yourself
yourself look so much better.
Mhm.
It just
It's disgusting. I hate it. Granted, there is one positive is that those homeless people get food,
Yeah.
clothes, and money.
mm-hmm.
So there's a plus.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, not
it's-
every good thing is gonna be entirely good.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being used in a good way in a
Mhm.
video, as in if you do it correctly, you could be like, hey, we're trying to spread information. These are ways you can help people in this situation.
Yeah,
And you could even interview them and be like, hey, how can we help you? How
Mhm.
can we help more people?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is all I can do right now, but I can try to help this way.
Yes, something like that. Like people
But
don't.
they don't.
They don't fucking do that.
No,
They're
they
just
don't
like
fucking. You have all of these people following you as an influencer, and this is what you're doing. You could be making a difference.
just hates it. What's up, guys? It's your boy K Trax. We're gonna go give some food to the homeless, but then they get really sad all of a sudden, and then they just start
Yeah.
going out.
No, it's
it's so it's
I-
shitty.
yes, it is. It's shitty, and like, and not even influencers. People do it like in person. Like normal people.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, every now and then you'll see, your friend or your cousin or acquaintance be like, yeah, I just gave this to this homeless person on this corner, and it's like, okay, cool.
Why'd you tell me?
Yeah,
Just
just kind of,
do
at
it.
least to me,
yeah.
because like, and I feel like I'm doing it right now, but like I do it quite often, honestly, especially when I was driving to Nashville for work.
Mhm.
I like, oh, I have cash. Here you go, man. Or like, hey, I have some extra food. I hope you don't mind this.
Yeah.
I tried to give someone my jacket once, but I didn't get a chance to, and I was like running late to work, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I gotta eat too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't post that shit. Like, why? I don't do it to get
Validation.
I
Yeah.
do it because I see someone, and maybe I do it for validation, because like I give
mean-
someone, and it makes me happy to try to help someone.
Yeah. I mean, everyone inherently is like, don't. Before you judge this statement, think about it. Everyone is inherently selfish.
yes,
Everything
okay, I
we
agree with
do
that, actually.
is for our benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do selfless things for our benefit. The reason we go out and help others out is because in turn we would like to have the same done to us,
Mm-hmm.
and that just helps. That helps like the world essentially.
Yeah.
If you put bad shit out there, bad shit's gonna come around.
Yeah.
Don't go out being
Well-
a dick, and I'm sure people won't think of you as a dick and treat you like treat you like shit.
I know I come off as angry because the reasoning behind it does make me angry. But like I said,
Khalid, you are angry, but that's good.
Yes, yes, I am. Okay, so I am very angry, but I'm not like taking it out on people.
No, yeah,
but the way I see it, yes, it pisses me off when people are doing it, obviously for clout and attention. But you know what? A homeless person gets to eat today.
Yeah.
So, okay, fuck you for being a dick, but keep doing it because somebody gets something out of it.
Yeah.
So
you're an asshole, but
at least
you did something.
Yeah, at least you did something right.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't for asshole reasons.
Yeah, your intention was shitty, but hey, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I started viewing it.
Yeah.
Mostly because like if I don't, I'm just gonna be angry all the time. I come off as very okay. No, all right. I'm gonna defend myself. I'm not always as angry as I sound, but I do get very heated.
So
and
I don't think that I wouldn't say the word is anger. I don't think what the emotion is anger, but I think what comes across as passion.
Okay,
I would say it's like a passionate thing. No, really, I do think I've never thought of you just as this angry mad person. I've always like when I told people about this podcast, I usually am like, yeah, me and my friend Khalid do this thing, blah, 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 blah. I think you would like it. He's a very passionate, like, arguer and stuff like that. That's what I usually say, just because, like, you're very opinionated, and I do know that you're angry because you tell me all the time, but it comes across as, like, passionate to me, and I think that's a good thing. That shows that you are filtering that emotion into a positive light.
Yeah, well, okay.
To a degree,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. That actually kind of, I never thought about that way, honestly.
You're welcome.
Cause yeah, thank you, thank you. Because like a lot of times I'm like, oh man, should I be this angry about this?
No,
but
it's
no,
fine.
like I'm trying to take my obviously sometimes I'm too angry issue and like channeling it into something important.
Yeah,
I think that's.
And I think we talked about that one day.
Yeah.
The whole like processing. I think it was me and you. Like we were talking about processing emotion and stuff, and like how I'm a big advocate for like if you feel a negative emotion, it's okay to feel that emotion. Mm-hmm. Was it me and you that was talking about this?
I don't think so, but I actually have this. I feel the same way.
Okay.
I tell people when people tell me I feel sad and I want to cry.
Yeah.
I don't know if it comes off as strange, but a lot of times I'm like, well, feel sad.
Yeah,
cry.
that's okay.
You will eventually feel better. You need to feel it.
Don't shrink away from that emotion because it's normal to have.
Yes.
I feel like people are so.
Oh, I have to be happy. My favorite people on the internet are always happy.
Always you know how
I have to do
it. We'll go to that in a second,
yeah,
but like,
okay.
people need to know how to. I feel like people need to know how to process their emotions. If you feel angry, turn that anger into passion. Apply it to something. Mm-hmm. Do something about it. Mm-hmm. If you feel sad, just feel sad. Cry. After you do it, that's how your mind fucking gets rid of all that negative stuff. If you bottle it up and stuff, it's just gonna fucking fester, and it's not gonna come out the way you want it to, or a way that leads to a good solution.
Okay. Yes. And I agree from experience and knowing, and you know, before we go back to, and this should probably be an episode on its own, and I would like to do it about bottling emotions, especially when you're a guy. You know, a lot of cultures.
That's a really good.
A lot of cultures don't let you, as being specifically a Mexican. And granted that my family has changed a lot, especially from after moving here. But you know, especially where we're from, you know, you're told no, never show emotion, always be strong, always you got to do this to survive. Mm-hmm. So you know, when you grow up being told that, and you know, there was a point in time for me where it was like, okay, I don't need this anymore. I need to try to explore my emotions, and it felt like being a child again. It was strange, but anyway, that's a different episode.
Yeah, yes. that's a good episode. I'm excited for that one.
Internet and I forgot what I was saying.
We were going to how we started segueing slowly into how like famous people are always
people are
happy.
always happy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to be that way.
Yeah. My idols are always happy, so therefore they're doing something right. That kind of thing.
I know there's a lot of complaint on social media recently, and I agree with a lot of those complaints. But I'm kind of on the fence because on one hand, things like social media allow you to keep in touch with family, friends, especially if you live in different places of the world. But on the other hand, it creates things like echo chambers. It promotes the things that you don't want to, in the sense of like, it's not healthy to see someone's like, people only post their best parts of their life. They don't post, crying at 2 a.m. because you lost your job kind of posts.
Yeah.
They don't post those things. They post, oh, I got my job back on after, or like, I just got the job of my dreams. And some people do post the shitty times, but a lot of times I don't think it works out the way it's supposed to. Does that make sense?
No, I get what you're saying. I feel like the people who the people who have the luxury of posting the real stuff, where the good and the bad, already have a huge following.
Okay.
And their following is so big and those fans are so loyal, they want to see all of that.
Yeah. That
but,
makes sense.
Starting off,
somebody small posting about, I lost my child or something.
Yeah.
People would just kind of
like, I don't want to watch that.
I'm not going to get involved with that.
Yeah.
Which I guess it brings up the whole, I changed the name. Nobody's listened to it still. But I didn't change the description because the description is very blunt about what we talk about.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the people, I guess I can understand going online and following these things because they want to get away from their own issues.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people don't know how to disconnect that they follow these people and they see them, oh, they're doing this, why can't I do it? And they forget somewhere along the way that you're following these people just to kind of as a getaway for a little while.
Yeah, and I think also the influencers. I'm saying influencers just
I think influencers are probably the biggest.
Is that the word I'm looking for? Like
I
YouTubers, so, yeah. Instagram people, all like, the top tier social media.
When I think of influencer, I think of like the person making money on Instagram by posting their pretty pictures.
So like a person with a okay.
Because I feel like when you say YouTuber, there are quite a lot that do the same thing but on YouTube, but there are quite a few that are very blunt about like, hey, I'm just doing this to entertain you. Don't look at it as me trying to like be your friend. It's just unhealthy. At least if I were YouTube, that's how I'd approach it. I'd be like, hey, we're here to have fun. I don't know. I feel like I've seen some that do something positive with their.
Yeah, a person that I can think of that I think is the most genuine person on YouTube probably be Markiplier.
I was thinking the same one. Yeah, like
he's like a crier. He'll cry straight on stream. He'll like he talks about how like I think actually he lost his niece.
Really?
A few years back, and he took a hiatus because he was like, "Yeah, I can't do this right now. I'm dealing with this, and I'm going to go." I'm like, you can tell he was trying to hold it together, but he was like, "Yeah, this is my job, but I got to do this." And he's one of my favorite YouTubers just because he's so genuine, and you can tell everything he says he actually means.
Yeah,
and he actually cares about his fans. I mean, he goes out and like hangs out with them. He's not like, "I'm just here to entertain you." He actually like genuinely cares about people, and you can see that through. I know he has a persona and a character that he plays, but you can kind of see through that and see who Markiplier really is. So I think he's the person that we're not talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Definitely not
like him.
But there are a lot of people who use their platform to
the Pauls. That is the type of people I'm talking about.
Jake and Logan Paul.
Because even they have to know that some of the shit that they're doing is pretty fucked up.
And I think
there's no way that they don't know that.
I'm sure they do, but I think Well, I think one of them does.
Okay.
So, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the difference between Logan Paul, the older of the two.
I have no idea.
Logan Paul's the one that found the body in the
Okay.
in the Japanese forest.
Okay. All right.
The bigger of the two. I think. Well, he was the bigger of the two. He has a podcast now,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, people who have been on the show or who have met him
Mm-hmm.
through like his podcast and stuff say he's like not the same person. Like
he's changed, or
he's
his
changed,
online persona,
or he had a persona. But
Okay.
I think the former. I think he changed.
Okay. Well, that's good. Awesome.
I think because I think I watched a few videos of him, and he you can tell he's different. Like he's
Yeah.
way calmer. He's he's the kind of person to say, yeah, I fucked up a lot of shit, and
Okay.
he'll just kind of take it on the chin when you kind of berate him for it. He's like, yep, sorry, I did it, and I gotta give that to him.
Yeah, that's
Like,
great.
that's great.
Like a lot of people aren't willing to do that,
Yeah.
especially when you're have millions of people
Oh,
watching
yeah.
you every single time you do something.
And I know he still probably has that Logan Paul energy and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
I think he's making steps in the right direction.
That's
His
great.
little brother,
Maybe it's
I don't know.
age. So,
Yeah.
a lot of people use it as like a stereotype. But when the older
Yeah.
you get, there are times where you're like, man, I don't have time to do this shit anymore.
And it's hard to grow up in the internet too.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you're not an influencer or a
Yeah.
YouTuber, just growing up with the internet, and it just makes it sound old, but it's true.
There
I
was
think
a few days ago, I was sitting there watching TV and a toy commercial popped up, and I was like, "Oh fuck, toys exist! Do kids still play with toys? Is that a thing?"
I'm pretty glad that my daughter, like every kid, she has her tablet and the things she does,
Yeah.
right. But I'm really glad that like she likes toys.
Mm-hmm.
She likes dinosaurs. She loves dinosaurs.
That's cool.
She loves to watch old cartoons. I have no idea. I don't know if just because like I was like, oh, Tom and Jerry, and I turned it on when she was little, and
Mhm.
like she just kind of stuck on it. But she loves like Tom and Jerry and like old Looney Tunes. And I was like, whew,
She's
I
gonna,
got so glad.
she's gonna be a cool kid.
So like obviously I don't know. Like I don't. And I don't know if it seems like I'm trying to be like, oh, great parent, but no, like honestly, I just think my kid's really good.
No, like you, yeah.
I think I've just been there, been like, hey, don't die, and she
you're-
kind of did her own thing.
Yeah, you're a proud dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to take credit for the things that she's done.
You should take some though.
I
mean, you're
it doesn't feel right though.
you're her
It's-
dad. I mean, who
guess.
else can?
But like, I mean, if she grows up to be like a really successful doctor or something, I'd be really proud. But that's her.
Yeah, she
I
did
feel-
it, but I mean,
I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, it's my daughter. Oh, I should be. And like, no, that's your child. Yeah, you started. Like, you got her in the
Yeah.
right direction, but
but
she did the rest.
What you did for her was you supported her.
yeah, okay,
You
I'll take that.
you kept her alive, and you were
Yeah,
like, do what
exactly.
you want as long as you're doing something safe and you're happy doing it. Do what you want. And if she becomes a doctor, then you're like, fuck yeah.
FYI, sometimes parenthood, well, when they're small, that's what it boils down to. You gotta make sure you're alive. Afterwards, it gets a little complicated, but at the beginning, but yeah, growing up nowadays, and man, I remember before the internet, like I was like old enough to see how the internet changed everything, and just how fast it's grown, and
I was right on the cusp of that too, because
Yeah.
I've seen it. Like it's
just-
weird.
I think it just things like the internet grew too fast for like our parents, or even like the parents of like people a little younger than us, to not know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Granted that now, people like us are having kids,
Mhm.
and people younger than us are having kids. So maybe now there would be a way to handle it, but
I think the generation below us are gonna be more accustomed
yeah.
to handling.
Do you understand what I mean though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
I
get
don't
what
know
you're
if I
saying.
came
like,
I managed to explain that.
I
enough.
get what you're saying. Like, I think me and you are in the age group
Mhm.
that saw like the.
I remember flip phones, dude.
I-
Flip
I
phone.
had a razor. I had a.
I had the LG chocolate. That was my first phone.
Oh man.
And I remember when the iPhone came out, I was like, "Whoa, this is cool."
Yeah. I still have my original iPhone upstairs.
Really?
The 3G.
Shit,
yeah.
dude.
It's beat the hell and back. But it's I'm
still
sure
going.
if I could, I'm sure I could turn it on if I had a charger.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Fuck. I kind of want to buy a charger and just see what's on it. Just kind of mess around with it.
Try not to cringe.
Yeah. Oh God.
But it's just everything changed so quickly, and I can I think there. I guess for some people, like I'm really proud of my little brother because like he managed to go through all of that, you know, and come out the other side really well. Like you know, how old is he now? 20. He's about to be 23. Jeez. But
oh, how time flies.
Yeah, it's just it's I guess I don't know. Like I it probably helped that you know I'm 7 years older than he was.
Yeah,
and I kind of saw, and I know there was plenty of times where like I'd see something because obviously when he was 17, I was 24, and I'd see something happen and be like, hey man, don't forget about this, something that I knew, like I went through, especially with the internet, because I feel like at least something I worry is we talked in an episode about like grooming and stuff on the internet, which I know this is kind of going way off of what we started, but
I think it's still on top.
Yes, because a lot of those influencers have been caught doing that kind of shit.
I was just gonna bring that up.
It's I don't know how to feel about it. I know I feel grossed out by it.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's go through that. But continue your thought.
Well, as a father, who has a daughter, I worry about that sort of thing. That how, especially because I try my hardest to be a good parent.
Yeah.
And I maybe it's too early to think about these things, but I think of like when she's 15, the balance I'm gonna have to figure out between letting her have her privacy, but still trying to keep her safe, and the way technology is going, it's gonna be whenever that happens, it's gonna be fucking hard, and I'm thinking about it right now.
How those need to have those conversations early.
Yeah,
like right before those conversations get relevant. Well, I think they're relevant now because the kids, fucking 5-6 year olds, they know how to go on tablets all the time.
They know how to go on the internet and search shit. And if they know how to read, even more. Yeah,
and then like idols are more accessible than ever now.
Yes.
Before you had to like turn on TV to see the person that you looked up to. Now they're you can send them a message.
Yeah.
You can send anyone you want a message. It just takes them to read it. That's crazy.
Yeah. It is. It's concerning.
So there's this, you brought up the whole grooming thing.
Yeah, I don't remember any specifics about it, like specific people, honestly, because I don't really follow like influencers and like stuff about them.
So I don't either. But there was this channel. It was a singing channel. It was this guy named Austin. I'm gonna get his name right before I fucking say the wrong one.
I think I might know what you're talking about. I think I may have heard about it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. Yep. His name was Austin Jones. He was an a cappella singer on YouTube. So he would do those videos where we have like different quadrants on the video, and like he would be in all of them. Yeah. And then he would like beatbox in one corner, and then this one he's like doing the harmony, and the other ones he's like singing the main chorus, that kind of thing. Yeah. He was that kind of YouTuber, and his stuff was so good. Like he would sing a lot of like old, like Pierce the Veil, Panic at the Disco, like old pop punk kind of stuff. Really popular. Was grooming children online because he had very young girl fans. He was like
he had a lot of young following in general.
Yeah, a very young following, and he would text and send messages to like young girls saying they need to be his big, if they want to be his biggest fan, they need to send videos of them twerking and stuff like that to him. And he'd be very like specific in saying like you need to say your age when you do it too.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and there's video of it. That's the crazy part. Like, there's straight up video because he sent it to one girl who was like, "This is fucking weird," and
yes,
she
good,
posted the video.
Good on her.
Yeah, she was like, "This
Good
is,"
on
and
her.
she was young too. She was like, "This is fucking weird," and posted it. And he was like saying, "Oh my God, take it down, please. I was, I didn't mean it." And she was like, "Fuck no, dude, you're crazy."
Yeah.
And it
if I were her parent, like if I were her dad, I'd be really proud of her. Like,
yeah, dude.
Kid. Oh, I love you.
Yeah,
I know it. I'm not gonna take your credit, but I raised you right. Because that's like what you hope,
Yeah.
That's also kind of the whole grooming thing goes back to what I was saying, because we were talking about Markiplier and how generally cares about the people who follow him, and how some people, or at least I hope more people, because there are people out there that like try to find success and make money off of that. Oh, hey, I'm your virtual friend. We're friends. Friend, I love you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a no-no. That's fucked up because there's that whole power imbalance involved in it, in that they have more, even though it's just like social. Well, even then, it's pretty big. Like dating a fan would not be, unless it was like mutual. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
There's like some big power imbalance there, and I think it's like a weird fence to be on, because I feel like a lot of people do genuinely care about their followers, and at least if I were in that position, I'd want to care about my followers. If I had millions of people, I'd be like, hey, there's a lot of you. I can't help all of you, but if I can, I'm going to do the best I can.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I don't want them. I also wouldn't want them to get the wrong idea, because like when you have millions of followers, like you can't be their friend. It's not possible.
You can't be you can be a person. I think at that point you have to switch from the mindset of I'm going to be all your friends to I'm going to be a guy that you guys can be proud to watch. Like, okay. I'm going to try to be a good person. Whenever I see you on the street, if you want to say hi, I'll say hi to you and stuff like that. I'm a person too.
Yeah.
And I make mistakes too. I'm going to try to be a legitimate person, a legit and like upfront person with you guys. And that's the most you can do, I think.
Mm-hmm. I also want to throw out that, it's not like we say this, but it's not like we know what it's like.
That's true.
I don't,
but I mean, even though we're not, like we don't have these millions of followers and stuff, I still think that we can say that, because there's no way. I don't think PewDiePie can look at 53 million subscribers and say, "Yep, they're all my friends. I know them, and they know me." Like I don't think he's that kind of guy. I think he's the kind of guy to be like, "Yeah, at the end of the day, these guys pay my bills." And I thank them all for that. I'm thank them all for doing that, for taking their time out of their day to look at my content.
Yeah. But
all I can do for them is try to give them the best content I can. I can't be their friend. I can give them entertainment. That's why they pay me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And I think if you're upfront and honest about that, that's what people are looking for. That legitimacy. And in turn, you can kind of relate to the person. Like, okay, yeah. I can fuck with this guy. This is cool.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. Like I agree. It's just I don't know. I think it's a slippery slope, and though I think some people get shit on too hard when they make a mistake. But also I don't know, like, because there's that. I've never been in a position like that, so I don't know how tempting and corrupting it must be like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
No, yeah, it's like with that kind of spotlight, you can do whatever you want. Is that what you're saying? Like, and
kind of, or like, because I mean, there's that saying that power corrupts, and it's not like you have like some sort of power to do something, but you have power over these people.
Yeah.
Who are your followers, and some of them probably they think way too much of you, and you have way too much power over them.
And it's to the point where you can literally say something like, "Hey, go to this channel and do this," and millions of people would do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm sure a lot of people are in a position where like they get their hands on that and it goes to their head, and maybe they just, I don't know. I mean, they shouldn't be forgiven for doing dumb shit. They should be held accountable. But at the same time, I think sometimes you need to stop and be like, this person was like 20 when they started getting this following, and now they're like 25, and they have no fucking clue how to handle this.
There are so many people online that go through that, like famous YouTubers that have just disappeared because they
just don't know how to handle it.
They just imploded.
Yeah.
Like that power went to them, and then their vessel wasn't big enough, and they just imploded.
Mm-hmm.
Like one I can think of is Leafy is Here. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
I've heard of him, but I don't really know.
He was this guy who frankly, he would just make fun of people. Like he would find like a video, pretty much like cringy videos, and he would basically make fun of it. Okay. And it wasn't in the light jabby kind of sense. It wasn't really funny. It was more like he would really go in on these guys. Okay. And I think he got a huge following because of it. A lot of younger people, a lot of the shit meme lords. Yeah. That was his following. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point where the internet started hating him. He was like the enemy of YouTube essentially. And he was only like 21. So when you have people every day saying this guy's a piece of shit, this guy needs to go die, he's a piece of shit, blah 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 blah, he got kicked off. Like he got pushed away from YouTube. Yeah. And he's just gone. Yeah. And now I don't know if he learned from it, but I just know that was not a good thing for him at all. Yeah. It's kind of hard when people are like saying you're a shitty person and you're getting all this money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a shit cocktail right there.
Because I want to say, what do you expect when you build a platform on hatred?
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was 20. What the fuck does he know?
Yeah, that's...
So it's just, again, it's this weird slippery slope.
No one tells you how to handle the internet.
Yeah, you should be, especially like we were saying, the internet. I remember when YouTube was first starting. And then the fact that people days. Can now... people, when you could find hentai before Google owned it.
Where a fucking baby biting another baby's finger was like the peak of comedy. It's like,
now we both said, oh my God. I forgot what I was saying. Slippery slope. Shit, I forgot. Anyway, for he was, like you said, I don't know him, but if he was genuinely like just being a big asshole to people, he should be held accountable for it because it's what he's doing. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, people like jumping on him. And again, it's the internet. The internet is at the moment nothing but reactionary, like just reactions. Yeah. No real like stopping to think about it. And what really should have happened was like, hold on, this guy's a kid. He found a way to make money.
And granted, some people did that, but you're fighting the internet at that point.
Yeah.
Like. You can't stop that.
You really can't.
Once you're anonymous and behind a keyboard, that thing you're talking to isn't a person anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't think of people. People don't think of the people that they like on the internet as people. I don't think. I think they know it's a person, but they don't.
They view it more as a product.
Yeah, like when people type like "go die" on a PewDiePie channel, like I'm sure PewDiePie looks at that and he's like not phased at all anymore. He's been doing it for years. Yeah. And he's been through contracts and all kinds of stuff. He's like accustomed to it now. He's like grown up on it.
Yeah.
But
somebody
the
new.
The kids younger than us who are getting millions of followers because they did a viral video and people are saying this kind of stuff to them. What does that do to them? You know?
Yeah. Or I guess, yeah. Okay. Before I go down that route. Yeah, I mean, can you blame someone for making a mistake for something that was just thrown on them? And it's not always their fault, especially when somebody goes viral.
Yeah.
Because like if you're not ready for it, it's not. I don't know. Like, how do you handle it?
I don't think you can be ready for internet fame. It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
This isn't like a. Being internet famous is so different from like regular celebrities, because like regular celebrities kind of have to like work for it a little bit, unless they're born into it. You have to if you're an actor, you have to go to that school and you gotta get a gig.
Actually, be good.
Yeah, you have to be really, really good.
Nowadays, people become famous on the internet by just being pretty on the internet.
Yeah, but they make a funny video that just got shown by the right person, and then now you have a platform. And then, granted, some of them are really good, really good entertainers. They just didn't realize they were.
Yeah.
And the internet was an outlet for it. But those unlucky few who just did something at the right time, and then they're like, all right, here's your platform, run it.
What do you do?
What do you do? Like,
what? Because I did remember reading somewhere. I don't remember where I read it, and it was a little sad that a lot of teachers have been saying when they ask kids nowadays, "What do you want to do?" Most of them say, "Oh, I want to be a YouTuber," or something like that. And it's I get the appeal.
yeah,
You know, especially with I feel I feel like it's a double-edged sword, the saying, right? Or I don't know. It's a weird, like, again, slippery slope. Because on the one hand, I love that the internet has allowed people to make a living off of their creative side. You know, in old days, you'd have to, work. If you were a band, you'd have to go out, go to clubs, work your fucking ass off, to hopefully one day get picked up by a label, and then maybe make it big. But nowadays, you can go on the internet, post your stuff on Bandcamp, on YouTube, and even if you only have a small following, you could still like make somewhat of a living, or like, kind of like supplement your income or something. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's changed media, because I know we talked about it in the Creepypasta Quickie. It's changed media, and I think for the better.
Yeah.
But it also has put a lot of people in positions that they don't know how to handle. And
it's changed media forever for the better, like you said. But I think in turn, it's made people worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a very simple, blunt way to put it. Because, I mean, you see all those like articles and videos of like there was that little shark that got washed up, and most people were just sitting there trying to take a selfie with it,
like,
and like somebody had to beat people off of it so they could pick it up and put it back in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like when you stop seeing other living creatures as living creatures and more of a moment to take a picture and get likes on your social media, that's, I don't know, it's
something's wrong there.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
And I try my best to avoid going down that route.
Yeah.
And I know it can get annoying sometimes for my girlfriend. I can get annoying for her because she loves taking pictures of everything.
Yeah.
She loves taking pictures of her food. If we go to a concert, she's there with her phone. Any moment, she's like, she wants to capture it. And the reason is, she's like, I want to look back on it one day and like see what we did. And that's great. I like seeing them too. But the reason I don't want to do it as much is because let's say we get that amazing meal in front of us. I kind of want to just eat the meal. Like, I want to live in this moment and just like
remember it. Yeah,
I want to remember it. And if I saw that shark, I'd be like, "Yo, holy shit, that's a fucking shark." I wouldn't take a picture of it. It's a fish out of water. It's dying. Yeah. That's the first thing that would come to my mind. Not take my phone out. Now, what I probably would do is put it back in the water and then be like, "Holy shit, guys." On Instagram and be like, holy shit, I just put a shark in water. Yeah,
because that's something you don't get to do often.
Yeah.
And that's understandable.
But people, like you said, people put...
This wasn't an animal dying. It was a moment to take a picture.
Yeah.
And that's kind of messed up.
That's crazy.
And going back to what you were saying about people, like, I feel the same way, that I understand people wanting to take pictures and post them because they want to remember this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. That I would rather try to be there and kind of just be in the moment and remember it and have a good time. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, because of things like that, I'm like, oh, did I take enough pictures of my kid when she was little?
Yeah.
Am I like, should I be taking video of this? Should I take pictures? And I'm not the best at doing that kind of thing. Just, it's not my personality, you know? I'm not the best at a lot of things.
I mean, but that's just how you do it.
I know. It's just sometimes I'm like, could have done this better. Should I have done this better? Okay. Can I? Like, and I feel like maybe eventually I'll talk about it. But, there are a lot of things that I think about of when she was little that I was like, I wish I could have done that better. So I don't know. It's just the internet's kind of made things a little too complicated in certain areas.
Yeah. It's made a lot of stuff gray.
Yeah.
And that's great, but also really bad.
I mean, it's kind of fucked up that we're talking about it and we're trying to make a podcast.
I mean, it's just, but this is a way to talk about it.
Yes.
This is a way for people to listen to it and like get a
people
perspective
that are into it, you know, like maybe I mean, I hope. No, that's the whole point to this, at least for me, to try to give someone, who knows, maybe someone like that listens to this and they're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should try to think about it more.
Yeah.
And that's
I'll think twice about posting that post or sending that comment. And if you get one person doing it and then that person influences another person, I think that's what we're trying to go for. It's
the only thing we can do.
Yeah.
Because what can you do? Nothing, except for try to appeal to people and be like, hey, maybe we should be nicer to each other. Yeah.
And I think I'm going to be optimistic and say, that starting, I think today, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, I hope so.
I really do hope so. I think so. Okay. I think I'm not gonna get political, but I think today is the day that we should start getting on the right track to caring about each other a little bit more through the internet as well. Yeah, because that's a huge medium.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, and you know the internet and social media did not help at all.
No, it didn't.
It just made things worse. And we're talking about clout and the internet and how it's fucked people up, but at the same time has made lives better. Yeah, and we haven't even touched on conspiracy theories. So there's like a whole different 2-hour episode, like podcast that we could do in the same line, but about conspiracy theories and echo chambers. Yes, it is big. It's daunting. It is. And I'd like to talk about it more. Yeah. But one piece at a time. Yeah. One step at a time. How are you feeling, Trey?
I feel good.
Okay.
I mean, we hit a heavy subject at the beginning, and it's a very heavy subject throughout the whole thing. But like
to wrap it back up, okay. If I remember correctly, it was about cyberbullying that the girl, physically physical bullying, but also cyberbullying, which is a big deal nowadays. Yeah, big deal.
If not,
it's kind of far away. It's gone. I don't know, because back in the day, the way you dealt with it, just block them. It's just on the internet. Yeah, and it's not that anymore. It's not that at all.
No, I feel like the internet. Oh wow, I got chills because I thought of a cool ass like thought. Like the internet's kind of like a Lovecraftian horror monster. You know what I mean?
I've never thought about it that way, but yeah,
it just grows and grows and grows and just metastasizes and just
it's nonstop.
It's nonstop. You can't stop it. Like you shut down a server, 3 more come up. It's crazy. Like holy shit, James Cameron, I'm coming at you with a
It's a good point. It's what would be the opposite of cosmic horror, because it's not in a cosmic sense, but the internet
it's here, like
it's right here, and it's still just as big
and terrifying.
Yes it is, actually, because like the internet, once you put something on there, it's never really going away. No matter how hard you try. I mean, some people try hard, but it doesn't always work.
Well, how do you feel, Khalid?
I mean, I feel all right. It's just stress.
I thought this was a great conversation.
Yeah, it is. I hope people listen to it.
I think people will. I feel good about it. I feel good about the future, and I know we always say this, but listen to each other, guys. Just if you can, talk to someone in person. Yeah, just just and listen. Ask questions and listen to the answers. You may not like the things you hear. You may think they're fucking stupid. But you might just be enlightened by something, and you may get to take home one thing. If you can have a conversation with someone and take home one thing, you did something.
Yeah.
What do you think, Khalid?
I mean, that's why I wanted to start this whole thing.
Yeah.
The Incognito Room, to me, is supposed to be a place where you can talk about the things that you're too afraid to talk about. Yeah. The things that maybe you just don't know how to talk about, and not be judged, and not how maybe even laugh about it.
Yeah.
So, I hope listeners come back and listen. And this is gonna. I hate this part because it just kind of cuts into it. Because now it's time to throw out the social media shit. Listen to us on Spotify, which is probably where you're listening to us. I'm working on getting us on Google and iTunes. That'll happen eventually.
At some point, yeah.
And Ling is helping me with the social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's going to be a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram. So if you like us, look forward to that. Follow us on that.
Yeah.
I know we've been asking people to let us know. It's kind of hard when there's nowhere for you to let us know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is a work in progress, and
we're all a work in progress.
We're a work in progress.
Yes.
And
we need to work on closing and opening. I don't know how I'm going to edit this together.
I mean, it's fine. Some people want to listen to this.
I guess
I can go ahead and end it like this, though. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
This has been...
Watching, listening.
Or listening. Fuck. I already fucked it up. 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the Incognito Room with Trey.
And I am Khalid.
You guys have an awesome rest of your day, and have a good one.
Bye.